All right. The purpose of all Vedic literature is to awaken this God consciousness in a forgetful living being. And this same purpose is presented in various ways in the different scriptures of the world for the understanding of a foolish mankind. Thus, the ultimate purpose of all religions is to bring one back to Godhead. Who worship with false knowledge? Who worship with false knowledge? The worshippers of the deities other than Lord Vishnu. He doing false worship. Who worship with the true knowledge? Worship Lord Vishnu, but do not correct false knowledge. You understand? He who do not criticize the false worshippers. This is a proper did this regularly, chastising regularly. So if you see someone doing something wrong and you keep quiet, what is that? What is that? How do you call it? Yeah. Somebody doing something wrong and you didn't correct it, just keep quiet. You are implicated in that. Implicated. So property very, very strong to spell it out completely, regularly. Mayabadis, 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 draw out. Mayabadis. That is business. To expose the wrong doers so we can understand the reality. So he did. So if you keep quiet, we are doing wrong. Teaching. Those who know Narayan in his true form, free from faults, and simultaneously criticize those with false knowledge of Vishnu are the true devotees. They are true devotees. Why we should criticize false knowledge? Why? When we criticize false knowledge, which is full of sorrow and ignorance, we cross over sorrow and ignorance. And by knowing the complete truth, which is full of bliss and knowledge, they attain bliss and knowledge. If we don't correct it, we're not protecting the innocent people. Innocent people are protected when we expose the deviations of the wrong worshippers. So they need protection. And by protecting them, we get the blessing from Krishna. Who are absorbed in performance of the prescribed duties, karma, without knowledge. Excessively attached to enjoyment and power, they perform with absorbed mind various activities. Who engage only in knowledge, jnana, while neglecting the performance of prescribed duties. Engage only in jnana, giving up the activities, karmas, suitable to their qualifications. Teaching. The highest goal will be achieved only by cultivating knowledge along with practice of varnashrama. So this mantra criticizes the practice of karma alone and knowledge alone. So Baldev Bhushan Prabhu also gives a similar meaning. He added that this mantra criticizes the performance of karma and jnana, independent of each other. They should be performed together. together. Prescribed duty, according to the Vedas, brings knowledge. That's what Krishna recommended in Bhagavad Gita. Bring knowledge. Because there is purification in doing our prescribed duties. We get purified and it will develop knowledge. From knowledge, develop knowledge, you will become devotees. Renunciation, nescience, come after that. Srila Bhakti Thakur. Those engaged in matter are situated in the avidya function of Maya. They become increasingly entangled in the cycle of birth and death, karma, bandhana. Those who become detached from matter by vidya function of Maya, because they do not perform bhakti, they do not receive the shelter of the Lord's spiritual energy. Teaching. While engaged in vidya, do not forget to establish relation with Paramatma in this material world. In that way, one can truly become liberated from matter. But the Vedavada people, instead of realizing the purport of the Vedas, take it for granted that side issues such as the attainment of heavenly pleasure for sense gratification, the loss for which is the very cause of their material bondage in the first place, is the ultimate honor of the Vedas. Such people misguide others by misinterpreting the Vedic literature, and sometimes they condemn the Puranas, which are authentic Vedic explanations for laymen. The Vedavadaratas make their own explanations of the Vedas, neglecting the authority of the great teachers, called acharyas, and they tend to raise some unscrupulous person from among themselves as the leading exponent of Vedic knowledge. These men are especially condemned by this mantra of Sri Isopanisad with the very appropriate Sanskrit word, vidyā ratāḥ. Vidyā means, vidya means knowledge, but the Veda is the original in all knowledge. And rata means engaged. Vidya rata means engaged in the study of the Vedas. As such, the so-called Vidyāratas are condemned here because they do not know what the purpose of the Veda is, on account of disobeying the acharyas. So Vidyāratas are accustomed to finding meaning in every word of the Vedas to suit their own purposes. They do not know that the Vedic literature is not a collection of ordinary books and cannot be understood except through the chain of disciplic succession. The Maya Aparita Jnana class of men are self-made gods. Such men think that they are themselves God, and there is no necessity of worshipping any other God. They will agree to worship an ordinary man if he happens to be rich, but will never worship the actual personality of Godhead. Such foolish men cannot recognize their own foolishness. Regarding the question of how God can ever have been entrapped by illusion, if God were ever entrapped by illusion, then illusion would be more powerful than God. But they also say that God is all-powerful. If God is all-powerful, then how can he be overpowered by illusion? The self-made gods cannot answer all these questions by very clearly, but they are satisfied that they have become God themselves. Vedavata ratāḥ. Huh?
To be in ignorance.
Yes, to be in ignorance. To be in ignorance and to claim to be in knowledge. Dangerous. To be in ignorance and to claim to be in knowledge and to condemn real knowledge as ignorance. Very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So sometimes you hear, not sometimes, most of the time, you hear proper use the word fools and rascal. Fools, rascal. What is that? What is that? Fools and rascal.
Fools means first category.
Fools,
First category.
then rascal, rascal.
Rascal belongs, I think, these two categories.
Yes, thank you.
Fool is
Yes.
ignorant.
Being a thief and being a cheater is a rascal.
Yes. Yes. When one is advertising with us trained, when one is advertising ignorance with us trained and knowledge, that is rascality. Yes, Prabhu.
I had a question, Maharaj.
Hmm.
We are in knowledge, so we understand those who are not in knowledge, like
Mm.
the third category.
Hmm.
Like so, but let's say there's a Mayavad person. Their path of life must have been, they were once in ignorance, then they must have met some Mayavadi who then converted them to their school of thought. Then in association with the Mayavad, they became all the way to the third category.
Hmm.
Now,
Yeah, they went to school.
yeah,
No. Schools teach that everything comes out of nothing.
yes,
So that means they went to school. That's how they became Mayapur.
whatever it may be.
It's not some esoteric, specialized group of sannyasi scholars somewhere in India.
Hmm.
It's in every school on the planet Earth.
I
Yes.
agree.
Teaching people how to be Mayavadi.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to get to the point that
Hmm.
maybe I'm being too naive, but it's not the individual person's fault per se that they get caught in this trap. It's more about the association that they're led to. Like, let's take my life as an example. I had the good fortune of meeting devotees and becoming a devotee, or trying to, and
Yes.
having this knowledge.
Hmm.
If I happened to meet a Mayavadi who then took me to a group just like ISKCON and taught me in Sunday school just like ISKCON and taught me their philosophy for the next 10, 15 years, I would be one of them. So I guess sometimes I feel bad for those who are Mayavadis because it's not like they're evil people. They were just misguided. Now, am I being a fool by thinking this, or is this understanding correct?
Why did the people you claim are innocent fools, why did they actually end up
Hmm.
to the idea
Yeah.
that they don't have to be responsible?
Hmm.
There is no God. What is it inside a person that attracts them, that grasps, holds on to them? They're not so innocent. They're not. They are truly been in this universe, what, 150 trillion years already? How many times have they been educated as humans and still they're here? Still we're here?
Hmm.
I can't say they're so innocent after understanding how Kala is and how samsara is. my first life, maybe I could buy into what you said.
Why does Dhira advise like what's the difference between a fresh bhakta and a fresh Mayavadi? They both are attracted by something
You're
that's full of
missing
stuff.
what I said, completely. Ignoring what I said. The jiva that consciousness comes from jiva, not from anywhere else. That consciousness came into the universe because of envy of God, desire to let there be no God so I can be God. Everything can be about I and mine. That's what brought us here. How is that innocent? We've been clinging to that for 150 trillion years. Who's innocent? There's no one in this room who's innocent.
That's my point. It's not.
It has nothing to do with if you had gone to a different institution and that you would have become that. You've become that millions of times already. You're not innocent.
I agree. Like in that
So
way.
that's all I'm saying. There's no such thing anymore as innocence.
Just to add, Prabhu, I would agree. That means we're also not innocent because
No.
we're also still here
Mm.
for that same reason.
I always wonder, what the hell am I still doing? How am I still here? What is it in me that can't learn well enough?
Mm.
Here I am. Hoping in this
Yes.
Bhakti Shastri class, finally get more knowledge and be able to keep it.
Very good. Thank you very much.
But
Yes.
there's no influence.
We are all getting what we worked for. Nothing is imposed on anyone. For someone to be talked into a particular religion is accepted, we have that nature to be influenced by that organization. If you don't have the nature, you cannot be influenced by that. We have spoken to many other people also, but they didn't follow. Why some of us follow? Because we have the nature. Right? The birds of the same feather, they will move together. So everything is connected. When I was talking to one God brother, I was telling him, see this new devotee has come and I'm worried about his association. He said, me, please, just don't worry yourself about it. What he is, he will attract him to whatever he wants. And he can't do anything about that. So, yes, we should have the consent to help people. We should also know that we'll be attracted to what we have in mind. So we are all responsible for whatever is happening. Yes.
Just one quality of every one of us, every jiva. We have it in us intrinsically to be in the spiritual world with God, to be engaged in rasa with God. That is the most essential part of your soul.
Yes.
So that you never lose that. You just choose to, I don't want to know anything about that. Otherwise, how can I claim this world for me? But that stays in you. And God's, this is the most unbelievable part of this transcendental knowledge. We're worms in stools sometimes. God's still with us. Staying with us.
Yeah.
Not waiting for us to climb out of the stool, which stinks. Can you imagine a person, a friend, who would be with you while you're in the bathroom for billions of years? No. There's no such friend except God. So that's, not only do we have it in us to love him, but he never stops loving us. It's not like exactly was innocent, but there's that chance. The second we turn, Krishna Paramatma will guide us to find the way.
Yes.
Second.
Yes,
He said, enough of this.
that's true. Yes. Veda, Vad, ratāḥ. They pose themselves as very in the Vedic literature, but unfortunately they are completely diverted from the purpose of the Vedas. Not at all interested in the personality of Godhead. They're not. Fascinated by such fruitive result as the attainment of heaven, their karma candies. Misguide others by misinterpreting the Vedic literatures. That's a duty. Condemn the Puranas. Tend to raise some unscrupulous person from among themselves. I just read it from here. And then this is all these points. Say. And present him as a leading exponent of Vedic knowledge. Yes, when we select a fool among fools, what's the difference? Among foolish people, we are selecting fool to lead fools. Where will we go? Search out meanings in every word of the Vedas to suit their own purposes. They are not studying the Vedas to find God. They are studying the Vedas to find fault. Yes. So that they will justify their deviation and be comfortable with that. Have their own acharyas who are not in the chain of disciples, transcendental succession. They are not. This is a complete definition of Vedabad ratāḥ. Is it clear? Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Here's the problem with the American devotees. There's a small percentage that are neutral, that have risen above American culture. But there's so many American devotees who can't rise above it. They're either attached or averse to whoever is the American leader. And they become so intensely attached or intensely averse. And they love talking about it. And Prabhupada told us that when you compare this leader and that leader, which is what they do, you are simply comparing which is better, wet stool or dry stool. And they don't see that. It's all stool. They can't. So this is a problem with our American devotees. They got to get past this.
A lion and a tiger. You have a lion or a tiger.
That is true. Atheist, demon, self-made gods. They think there is no need of worshipping any other God because we already have one. So what do they need for another one? We already have.
You can see their names on different websites that are promoting aversion to this leader that we currently have or attachment. Anyone who pushes like. If you ever look at the hundreds and hundreds of names, sometimes you'll see like dozens of devotees with this group or that. It's unbelievable to me. I just once in a while I check it out and I say, oh my goodness. One of our teachers said, one of the greatest things he's ever done, making sure he keeps his phone off, doesn't get notifications, doesn't check any of these things.
Right.
That's true renunciation.
Yes. Yes.
What a great opulence of renunciation.
Good. They agree to worship an ordinary man if he happens to be rich. But they will never worship the personality of Godhead. Such men, unable to recognize their own foolishness, never consider how it is that God can be entrapped by Maya, his own illusory energy. That's the problem. All right. So,
I'm sorry to say, devotees lose friends over taking a position. It's mind-boggling.
yes.
I have very close friendship with devotees that if I ever said I would like this, they would cut me off.
Yes.
So, very fortunately, I don't like either, but if they thought I did,
Perfect.
they're choosing friendship based on such avidyā.
Hmm.
Amazing.
Yes. Mantra 10. Chant this slok together. Anyad evāhur vidyāyāṃ. Anyad āhur vidyāyāṃ. Iti śuśruma dhīrāṇāṁ. Ye nastat vicacakṣire. Translation. Read the translation. Loud and clear.
The wise have explained that one result is derived from the culture of knowledge, and that a different result is obtained from the culture of nations.
Very good. Mantra 9 describes the result of cultivating ignorance and false knowledge. Mantra 10 explains that what? True knowledge brings a different result than either of these. It also emphasizes the need to take guidance from Dhira in the act of discriminating between real and illusory knowledge.
Devotees in this class have been asking, isn't it contradictory? Don't we want to have educated people, this and that, this and that? And their so-called education that they were referring to has none of these 18 points.
Yes.
This is not being taught in any school.
And it cannot be taught today.
Don't we want educated devotees? Yeah, you better read Mantra 10
Yes.
and find out what that actually means to be educated.
Right. Yes.
But
Hare Krishna. So, let's look at this verse very carefully. What do we see here? We have given explanation. What do we see in this verse? What do we see in this verse?
What true knowledge brings?
What knowledge brings, okay. We already said that. Right?
we see the word culture,
Yes.
that you have to cultivate.
Yes.
And there's a culture of knowledge by which you step by step gradually become either knowledgeable
Right.
or proficient. So it's a whole process.
Yes.
That's what I see.
Yes.
That one word,
Perfect. Perfect.
culture.
Yes.
It's not what you intrinsically think is knowledge.
Thank you.
Yes, you have to cultivate it.
And once you find
Yes.
out what it is, then you have to cultivate it.
Yes. Yes. Light must always dispel darkness. If it is knowledge, it must dispel darkness, ignorance. Knowledge must destroy ignorance, if it is real knowledge. If it is not, it's a simple thing. If it is not, then it is not real knowledge. Yes. We also learn from here, misuse knowledge is worse than ignorance. Misuse knowledge is worse than ignorance. So in the purpose, the purpose has given how many things? 18 qualities of knowledge, which location is explained in Bhagavad Gita chapter 13, 8 to 12. Combined to form a gradual process by which real knowledge can be developed. That's what Prabhupada just said. We have to cultivate it. Knowledge, when the true knowledge is discovered. How do we discover that? How do we discover true knowledge?
You dissipate the darkness.
No, first of all, how do you discover the true knowledge to be cultivated? Look at the translation. Look at the translation. My question is there. Eh?
From Dhira.
Yes. Yes. How will you get the knowledge? Just sit in my room? or consult the Veda ratāḥs? No. Yes. You have to approach the Dhira, then he would explain it and also will teach you the method. Then we will cultivate. Combine to form a gradual process by which real knowledge can be developed. Acquire from Dhira. This is what I was asking. We don't look at the board when I'm asking questions. Or you don't look in our book and the board. There are two places you find the answer to the question I asked. Look at the screen or you see it in a book. Is it not? This true knowledge is acquired from a Dhira. Who is a Dhira? Who is a Dhira? One who is not disturbed by material illusion is a Dhira. Yes. You know the title is a qualification. It's a qualification. Yes. You know the title. It's a qualification. You have to work for it. Yes. Why not disturbed? Why Dhira is not disturbed?
Spiritually realized.
Thank you. Thank you. He is perfectly spiritually realized. That is his strength. That is his strength. That's why he is a Dhira. If he is disturbed, how can he be a Dhira? He cannot be a Dhira if he is disturbed. He is not disturbed because he is not in illusion. Neither hankers nor lament for anything. We mentioned already that it is qualification, it is not a title. Then, a Dhira is who? One who knows that the material body and mind are foreign. They are foreign elements. Therefore, makes the best use of a bad bargain. That is a Dhira. Make sense? How to become a Dhira? Submissive hearing. Only by submissive hearing from Veda ratāḥ. Veda ratāḥ? No. Only by submissive hearing from a bona fide spiritual master and by following the regulative principles. This is cultivation. This is cultivation. This is a process. It requires cultivation. I have seen from my experience that many of us devotees, we hear, but we don't practice. All theory. Theory, no practice. We are hearing a lot. No, we are trying to hear. Because those who hear, they will practice. Those who hear, they will practice. We're trying to hear. So we sit in a class, but we don't hear properly. They will not practice. One who hears will practice. And the practice will bring the perfection we're looking for. Without practice, there is no perfection. If it is to be cultivated, and it should be cultivated. Is it clear? See the screen? Show that. Graphical explanation. How to go about this. Yes. Say Dhira. Not a rubber stamp, proper we say, not rubber stamp. Qualification. Yes. The culture of knowledge can be practically conducted in the following way, as is advised in the Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter. There it is said, one should become a perfect gentleman himself and learn to give proper respect to persons other than himself. We should give respect to who? Two, one should not pose himself as a religionist simply for name and fame. 3, one should not become a source of anxiety to others by the actions of his body, the actions of the mind, the actions of his words. A devotee is a poet. A devotee is a poet. Speak nicely. According to Bhagavad Gita, speak what is beneficial. Yes, that is 17, 14. 17, 14, 15, 16. Harsh words. You understand what harsh words mean? Harsh words. You know what it means? What does it mean? Harsh words. Harsh.
It hurts other heart.
If I stone you with this character, how do you feel?
And you get bleeding.
That is harsh words. Harsh words. It's a stone on the body. So definitely we feel bad. Yes, I feel bad. Harsh word. In the 11th canto, Lord Krishna himself said, I have not seen a sadhu that is not pierced by sharp words of common people. I have not seen a sadhu that is not disturbed by the piercing word of common people. That's how dangerous it is. Harsh word. Pierce the heart, like dhīrāṇāṁ and Vidura. He pierces his heart with sharp words. Also we have Daksha, Lord Shiva. Sharp words. Maharaj Rahugana Jadbharat. Sharp words, piercing words, enter the heart. So devotee is careful with our words. Yes. Should be mindful about our words. Yes, sir.
You can't take it back. Once you have spoken, that's it. Yeah.
It's out, it's out. And he recorded for the person who received it. Yes, he recorded. I mean,
Delete button.
yeah, you would think about it for lifetime. You think about it for lifetime. And meditate on it, and then also plan for revenge if you're not a devotee on a higher level. You start thinking how to revenge, plan it. So we should be mindful of our words, mindful. 4, one should learn forbearance, even if there is provocation from others. We should learn forbearance. Forbearance. 5, one should learn to avoid duplicity in his dealing with others. Duplicity. Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj said, duplicitous devotees will be cheated. 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 They will be cheated. How? They will not get prema. But a sincere devotee will get prema. Even if he does not have a position or fame or whatever, but that person will get prema. So deceit is very dangerous. Very dangerous. 6, one must have a bona fide spiritual master who can lead him gradually to the stage of spiritual realization, and to such an acharya or spiritual master, he must
Ask 11 questions.
he must submit himself with service and relevant questions. 7, one must follow the regulative principle enjoined in the revealed scriptures in order to approach the platform of self-realization. One must be fixed up in the tenet of the revealed scriptures. One should completely refrain from practices which are detrimental to the interests of self-realization. One should not accept more than what he requires for the maintenance of the body. One should not falsely identify himself with the material covering of the gross body, nor consider as his own those who are related with his body. One should always remember that so long as he has a material body, he must face the miseries of repeated birth and death, old age and disease. There is no use in making plans to get rid of these miseries of the material body. The best thing is to find out the means by which one may regain his spiritual identity. One should not be attached to more than the necessities of life required for spiritual advancement. And one should not be more attached to wife, children, and home than is ordained in the revealed scriptures. One should not be happy or distressed in regard to the desirables and undesirables created by the mind. One should become an unalloyed devotee of the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and serve him with rapt attention. One should develop a feeling for residing in a secluded place with a calm and quiet atmosphere, favorable for spiritual cultivation, and thus avoid congested places where the non-devotees congregate. And last one should become a scientist or philosopher and make research into spiritual knowledge, not material knowledge, recognizing that spiritual knowledge is permanent, whereas Material knowledge ends with the death of the body. So it is mentioned here we should become what? Scientists and philosopher. What is that? Darwin? Bhakti Institute. PJ. Yes. This is what we are doing now.
Being scientist in the nectar of
Yes.
youth.
Now you are scrutinizingly looking into the message from Isopanisad. So you are scientist and a philosopher because you can present it as it is and make the whole world become benefited. All right? Yes, Prabhu.
I was confused about 17.
17. One should develop a feeling for residing in a secluded place with a calm and quiet atmosphere, favorable for spiritual cultivation, and thus avoid congested places where the non-devotees congregate.
Just because it seems to conflict with our mood of preaching in the cities and where the non-devotees congregate. And it sounds like we should develop a liking to be more secluded or isolated, but it seems against the mood and missions of our acharyas.
No contradiction. A temple is what? Secluded place where devotees are. Of course, this day we see that it's mixed, but the original idea of having a temple is secluded place. If there is so many things Prabhupada did which we minimize and don't even see what it is. If you want to cure a drug addict, what do we do? What are the things
Associated with the temple.
to cure? To cure. Huh? Rehabilitation. Our temple is what? Rehabilitation. See what Prabhupada did? Silently, peacefully, and perfect. We may bring in our own contaminations to pollute the place, but this is idea. When I was coming to Krishna consciousness, I never believed that I would see a devotee breaking the principles. My mind was that I would never see a devotee breaking the principles. My mind was that all of us who have come here will follow this. That was my stupid mind. So it was a big challenge when I started seeing some unnecessary things. I felt really bad. I'm telling you, I really felt bad. I never thought. I was thinking that yes, all of us must have understood this and we are coming here for this purpose. That's what I was expecting. I'm going to see all angels fully absorbed in this practice. Because he said habilitation camp properly created and he gave all the necessary medicine. The prasadam, the holy name, the deity, the devotees, who were not supposed to do these things. Right? So this is our secluded place. Yes, we may go out to preach. Yeah, that is. But after preaching, what to do? You come back again. We should hear this word those days. Prabhupada gave us a sandwich. Those days we don't hear this, but we're hearing those days. What is it? Morning program. Daytime is what? Morning program in the morning Bhagavatam. Daytime is what? Service, yes. Yes. Right.
All the 9 processes.
Exactly. Then evening? Kirtan, Bhagavad Gita. So we are going to bed with Krishna consciousness. But these days we see people, many temples doesn't have evening programs. And even if there is evening program, it is for, maybe for only pujari. Standing there. So devotional say becomes like fatigue. No more devotional. And in most of the places also, the so-called pujari is paid salary. So that is a job, not devotional. That's a job. Right? Devotion is different from service.
Devotion is?
Devotion is different from service. All over the world, people are doing services. In Krishna, it is devotional service, not service, it is devotional service. Prabhupada made it like this. Are we all the one cooking? Is only ISKCON devotee that cooks? Huh? People are cooking everywhere in the world, restaurant everywhere. Is it only Hare Krishna devotee that distribute books? So many bookshops all over the world, right? Is that devotional service? No, it is not. Our only devotional service because we are doing it in connection with Krishna. So it is different. That's what makes it devotional. So it is not all activities we do in Krishna consciousness which is devotional service. When our activities are consciously offered to Krishna for his pleasure, that becomes devotional service. Not just doing anything. I listened to one lecture Prabhupada gave, 1/8/20. 1/8/20. Prabhupada is speaking. Have you come here to discover Krishna or you have come here to serve him?
Come here to deserve.
Have we come here to disturb Krishna or we have come here to serve him? Which one?
Sir,
So then we should look at our activities, if it is pleasing to Krishna. We should check. If you love somebody, is it just to give the person whatever we like? Is that love? If you love person, if you love somebody, what to do? If you give him something or give her something, you should check to see if the person is pleased with it. If he's pleased with it. And even if he's pleased with it, the next one should be better than the previous one. That is Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said it is not hackneyed, it's not stereotyped. It is dynamic because it is increasing all the time. It keeps improving. To do that, we have to check and see if what we are offering to Krishna is pleasing to him. If we don't do like that, then we're doing service, not devotional service. And we can do that for millions of years. And after so many years, we'll be asking, is Krishna God? Is he God? How? How is he God? After so many years, they will ask that question. Because we are not getting the required nourishment. So we ask this question. Our activities will be devotional. Right? What constitute nations? What constitute nations? All other methods except the above 18 items. Isn't that what Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita? Krishna said, besides this, that's the conclusion. Besides this, I consider it to be ignorance. Read it. Give me the Gita. Is it there? Yes. That's how it was concluded. 13. Yes. And Prophet gave a long Purport. Krishna said, humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with the children, wife, home, and the rest, even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All this I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever may be is ignorance. That's ignorance. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, all forms of material knowledge are merely external features of the illusory energy. External feature of the illusory energy. Result becomes no better than an ass. Outcome of such culture. What is the outcome of such culture? What is it? Boys do not respect elders. No andhaṁ. No respect. Discovery of lethal weapons. No ahimsa. No instruction in brahmacharya. No atma vinigraha. No faith in any scriptural injunctions. Religious principles taught for the sake of name and fame, not practical action. No amanitum. Animosity in social, political, and religious fields. No santi, nationalism. No anahankara. That is the outcome of cultivating material knowledge. That's what we get. Nothing more than that. Yes. Vidya. Here in Sri Isopanisad, the same principle is repeated. Material advancement of knowledge means actually converting a human being to the status of an ass. It's not heavy, but it's not true. It's not true. Is it true or not?
Yes.
Why are we working so hard? Why are we working so hard for nothing? Us. This is heavy. Some materialistic politicians, under cover of spiritual garment, do decry the present system of civilization as satanic. But unfortunately, they do not care for the culture of real knowledge, which is described in the Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, they cannot change the satanic situation. Perfect. Perfect. Some years ago, I was in Brazil, and there is a university program. And so when I went there, the topic was the relevance of religion in our life. What is the relevance of religion in our life? Relevance. How is it relevant to religion? What is it? I was laughing when I saw the topic. I was laughing. Is it a topic to be discussed with human beings? And in the university? Is it a topic to be discussed? How relevant is religion in my life, in our lives? Is that a topic to be discussed? Or we human beings supposed to know that this is what we're supposed to do? But our politicians, our philosophers, our scientists have turned everything upside down. Now it is a subject to be discussed. So to try to convince somebody to take to Christian consciousness, to become religious. Let me tell you, schools were not started by scientists. Is it not? Schools were started by missionaries. Gurukul is from, is scientist? Gurukul. Is it scientist? No. But now our school is in the hands of scientists. Therefore, in East Africa, when they also in the school, it's a Hindu school, and they told me, Maharaj, don't speak about religion here. Don't speak about religion here. Then I said, then why you brought me here?
Where was this, in East Africa?
Yes, Uganda. Uganda.
Uganda. Vidyām.
Don't speak about religion here. I said, then why do you brought me here? You don't know about Japa. So if I invite you to my temple and I say, come and speak to Rosh devotee, and he come and say, teach me, give you Bhagavad Gita, teach you Bhagavad Gita, will you do it? Will he do it? Oh no, because he doesn't know about Bhagavad Gita. So you're asking me to come to the place, and then after getting there, you're telling me, don't talk about religion here. He didn't invite me to come and teach mathematics. so where am I going to speak there? I say, I'm sorry. I have to go because it's not a place for me. If you want me to talk from Bhagavad Gita, yes, I can say something. If you want me to talk about God, yeah, we can say something. About Jap, then we can talk, we can say something. You want me to come and teach you what? Mathematics or English or geography? Which one? So we are not compatible. This is the outcome of material education. It will lead us to this where we are. Everything is completely outside God consciousness. 18 items of knowledge. Krishna says anything beside this is ignorance. So if you want knowledge, then you have to cultivate this. Yes?
In Bhagavad Gita, we studied like 20,
18. Yes.
No, 13 for it, so.
Yeah.
Like by adding the knowledge.
So count it now. You can do mathematics now. Count it. Yes.
18.
No, count it.
Very good.
See how it is presented. Look at it. How it is presented. It covers the whole. Yeah, there is mentioned 20 items. It's mentioned 20 items. But here it's compressed. It's compressed, yes. Compressed. See, like the last one. Yeah, 2. The last one is 2 put together. All right. In a modern setup of things, even a boy thinks himself self-sufficient and pays no respect to elderly men. No respect. The culture of respect is no more there, even in our movement, Hare Krishna movement. There is no respect. A devotee walk past each other without greeting. To say Hare Krishna to somebody is too heavy.
That's mild if they just walk.
Yes.
As their lot.
Yes. Yes. I've been seeing it. I see every day. The devotees behave. Some years ago in Vrindavan, 2003, one devotee, he was with the andhaṁ people that time, in his Kirtan party. He was sick in the ashram with 15 people. He was lying there for 2 days, no single devotee asking what is happening. No single devotee asking Prabhu. Everybody wakes up and dress up and went to Mangalati. They came back and met him lying down. They went and came back and see him lying down there. Nobody asked him what is happening. After 2 days, before he was taken to a hospital, as soon as he finished, he got married. Yes. Yes, that's what he did. It's my godbrother. I was there. I was, yes. Yes. At least let me have somebody to, if I have a wife, she should not treat me like this. Here I'm living with 15 people who are chanting Hare Krishna, very sophisticated with everything knowledge, and just to check how I am doing for 2 days. Not that he's in a different ashram, the same ashram he's doing. Nobody asked him, Prabhu, what is happening? Yes, Prabhu.
I was going to say that recently I had a little issue where I couldn't make it to the morning program, so I had to watch it on the Mayapur TV until it was time to greet the deities. This Prabhu, he came to my door out of the blue just to see if I was all right.
Yes, I've been seeing
That
him.
was the right. I was so grateful that he did that. I mean, I was on my way out, but
Yes, I've been seeing him.
that was the proper
Yes,
way of showing concern for Prabhupada devotees.
right.
And we're all Prabhupada devotees.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
to just go, the guy's sleeping through the morning program, and you don't even check to see if he's sick. I
Yes.
have some devotees here from Bhakti Institute. If they miss anything, I'm immediately checking,
Right.
because it's the right thing to do.
Yes. Thank you very much. I've been seeing Prabhu doing that.
Thank him
Yes.
for that example.
Every day he comes here, he takes water and fetch water and put it here. He sets everything. I'm seeing him every day. He's doing something. But every devotee here. The temple also, he carry the microphone stand to a proper place and keep it there. He greets every time he comes to greet me. Even within that short time we spend in the temple, then he greets me more than 5 times. Yes.
When you told me to.
Thank you very much. It's not only you we told, all of us were told, but it's only you who is doing it. Thank you very much. We are grateful and we do appreciate. Please continue like this. This is wonderful. Very nice. Thank you. Yes. No single respect. Those due to the wrong type of education imparted by our universities, boys all over the world have become the cause of headache to the elderly people. Therefore, Sri Isopanisad warns very strongly that the culture of nations is different from that of knowledge. Knowledge is different from ignorance. Ignorance is different and knowledge is different. The universities are, so to speak, centers of nations only, and therefore the scientists are busy discovering lethal weapons to wipe out the existence of other countries. They spend billions for nations. They spend less for health and education, so-called education. Less. For so-called education and health is less, but ammunition is the highest. That is to protect or to destroy. And they're all warming up. They're warming. I use, there is, what do I say? There's something Prabhu said. I'm using it for my Vanasam community. You mentioned that, I have the video. You mentioned that Prabhupada predicted that after the Third World War, millions of people are going to come to Krishna consciousness. And you say, Prabhupada said, we must accept them. And that you said it emphatically. We must accept them. So where are we going to keep them? Where?
They will come to us for protection or for free from all.
They are coming to stay. They are coming to become devotees.
Or because of some problems from side of government.
Yeah, they're coming for food.
Yes.
Originally, Prabhupada said, and we must accept them,
Accept them.
and feed them, and engage them,
Yes.
growing food and doing, but to get the food, they have to follow certain principles.
Yes.
They gradually become all by themselves.
Yes. Yes.
He said in the course of time of Kali Yuga, people will be so
Hmm? So you have Goshala, no?
they'll
Only Goshala.
Krishna conscious.
No farming, something? Is there? Very good. Yes. So where are we going to keep those people? This is a prediction of the Fana Charity movement. Where are we going to keep those people? Not only in India, all over the world, people are coming to, they're going to come. Where will we keep them? That was my question. We're not thinking about that. We should think about it. Hmm? I use the video to advertise my community we are trying to do there in Nigeria. Very, very strong statement to back it, to support it. We must have a place to be able to accept these people. And we don't have to wait until that time comes. We have to get ready and be prepared to be able to accept them. Then we are on the way to Godhead. Right? Therefore, there is animosity, not only in the social and political field, but in the field of religion as well. Is it not true? Always. We have so many religious wars than the political wars. Of course, it is political, but in the name of religion. Because it's easier to pass religion, to pass through religion, than to go from there. Because already so many people there. We can easily pass through religion. So many demons are hiding under this and perpetrate their evils.
Because they cannot see the simplest truth.
Yes.
That every religion is worshiping
Exactly.
the same one God in different ways, but it's the same Father.
Right.
How are we fighting? Thinking it's different.
Ignorance, yes. It's ignorance.
It's the same God. And they can't even see that. A 10-year-old could see that.
Yes. So Bhakti Shastri said, why are you worried that somebody worshiping a God, God by kneeling down? Why are you disturbed about that? Instead of appreciating, you're feeling disturbed. Why? He said, why you are disturbed that somebody worshiping your God in this way or that way? How? Why? Ignorance.
Control, power.
Yes. Yes. So it's dangerous.
False ego.
Right, exactly. Sri Isopanisad wants this faulty mode of education. And the Bhagavad Gita gives instruction as to the development of real knowledge. In this mantra, there is a hint that the instruction of vidya, knowledge, must be gained from the Dhira. Dhira means Dhira means what? Eh?
Not material illusion.
Is it undisturbed?
Undisturbed. Not disturbed by material illusion. No one can be undisturbed unless and until he has perfect spiritual realization. When one is perfectly spiritually realized, he has no more hankering for anything acquired. Nor does he lament for anything lost. Such a Dhira has realized that the material body and mind which he has acquired by chance, material association, are foreign element, and therefore he simply makes the best use of a bad bargain. The material body and mind are bad bargains for the spiritual living entity. The living entity has different functions in the living world, but this material world is dead. As long as the living spiritual sparks manipulate the dead lumps of matter, the dead world appears to be a living world. But actually, it is the living souls, the parts and parcels of the Supreme Living Being, which move the world. The Dhiras are those who have come to know all these facts by hearing of them from superior authorities, and who have realized them by following the regulative principles. Following the regulative principle. To follow the regulative principle, one must go under the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. The transcendental message comes down from the spiritual master to the disciple, and with the regulative principles, and not in the hazardous way of nascent education. One can become a Dhira only by such submissive hearing from the personality of Godhead. The perfect disciple must be like Arjuna, and the spiritual master must be as good as the Lord himself. These are the processes of learning vidya knowledge from the Dhira, the undisturbed. A Dhira who has not undergone the training of a Dhira cannot be an instructive leader. Modern politicians who pose themselves as Dhiras are themselves Dhiras. One cannot expect perfect knowledge from them. They are busy with their own remuneration in dollars and pounds. How can they lead the mass of people to the right path of self-realization? One must hear submissively from the Dhira in order to get actual education in life. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Isopanisad ki, Hare Krishna.
There is one question. Can I have Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, that ISKCON is our preaching movement. So now Prabhupada already has left, and the Prabhupada disciples still in future they will live, and as we are devotee practicing Krishna consciousness, especially preaching is our essence. So what quality a devotee should acquire so that he can attract millions people towards Krishna?
You should become a Dhira first. If you are a Dhira, then you can make Dhiras all over the world. What did the letter of instruction say? Invocation? What did he say? Vacho, Manasa Krodha, Udara, Jiva.
Then he can accept disciples from all over the world.
Yes. Yes.
This is the secret.
Hare Krishna.